Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. It is me, Desiree, and it is time for look of the week. Actually, I gotta move those little characters. The camera keeps focusing on these and I forgot to move them. I have these little Mario Brothers characters all throughout my room here. I have about 10 different ones. I love the Mario Brothers, by the way. And the camera keeps focusing on their little faces, so I gotta move them. I'll put something else there in the meantime. Anyway, it is time for look of the week, where I recreate my favorite makeup look from the past week. My favorite makeup look last week was all the base stuff. From the glowy primer thing I'm going to be using to the bronzer, blush, and highlighter. And then eyes were kind of an afterthought. I loved the way my skin was looking with all of those steps. I still am going to do eyes today because I did do an eye look that I really, really loved. But for the most part, it's going to be focused, like the stuff I loved the most was my base. But we are going to start with the eyes anyway because this palette does give me some fallout. I'm going to be using the Colourpop Lust for Dusk eyeshadow palette. I love this packaging. It's so pretty. Here it is in the inside. I'm going to be using a few, like these two here, what's called Eventide, Mixer, Take the Lead, and Miser maybe. That's neat. Just like a few of these shades kind of mixed around. I'll list down the shades that I'm using. I'll put those in the description box there. I already have eye primer on, of course, the Morphe eyelid primer that I love. And it's hot in this room, so I'm gonna keep like dabbing my lips, sorry. Or not sorry, I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna be getting the shade here called Eventide on my little brush. My hair is all wind blown. Usually when I get out of the shower, I kind of like scrunch it and I don't touch it. And then I leave it and it gets like nice and curly. But I went out to walk my dog while it was wet and it was so windy a little while ago. And it was blowing everywhere. And then I was in my pajamas too. And my next door neighbor, my new neighbor, happened to be outside and I was walking my dog and she was like, "Oh my gosh, your dog. Have you seen so-and-so's dog?" And I was like, "Oh no." She's like, "You haven't?" And then she yelled over to the neighbor and was like, "Hey, bring your dog outside. I want her to meet the new neighbor." And I'm like, "I'm in my pajamas." I was literally wearing pajamas. And she's like, "It's okay. We're all in our pajamas." And none of them were in their pajamas. They were all dressed for the day. And I'm in my pajamas with my hair blowing everywhere. Oh my gosh, but that dog was very, very cute. And of course, my dog, my little Georgie, is so hyper. Like, he doesn't know how to just have a nice playtime with... The dog was tiny, like a little tiny, tiny little dog. And he was jumping as high as he could, but he's on a harness. He was jumping really hard and then he fell on his back. And I was like, oh my God, he's acting nuts. So anyway... My hair is jacked up. Like, it's not how I normally like it to look, so it's all wind blown. I'll have to fix it later. But anyway, I'm just blending the shade Eventide all over the lid. I really like this shade, especially as a one shadow look. I feel like it has a little bit of rosiness to it as well as the brown. I think it's so pretty. Then I'm going to take the shade here called Mixer. This one right here. I'm going to do that one on the outer corner. And then kind of blend it in this way. I kind of just pat it in so it's a little bit, I don't know, it gets like more even, I guess. I don't know. I feel like when I just go in blending, it kind of puts all the eyeshadow in one spot. And when I kind of dab it, I don't know, kind of helps it out a little bit. This palette is very, very pretty. I've used almost every shade in here. Like with every palette, you know, there's always one shade that doesn't work for me. But when I see other people use it, I'm like, how did you do that? How did you get that to work for you? I don't know. So I'm just taking that shade here on the outer corner. And just blending. I'm hoping to have my little thing up here on the wall because I want to sit more straight and I have to keep turning so that way there's something in the background at least, or I'm not on a stark white wall. And I think I'm gonna have it up today. It's something I had in my apartment as well, but you never saw it in a video because it was off on the side wall. And it's just this shelf that I like to decorate with makeup, and I put like palettes and different products that fit a seasonal theme. Like I had it all decked out for spring with all kinds of like cute, bright colored things. So now that it's gonna be back here, I think you'll be able to see it, and you'll be able to see how I decorate it. And I mean, I don't have any decorating ability at all. It's just, you know, I don't know why I said decorate it. Just what the things I put on it. It'll be a little focal point in the background anyway. Might put some plants on it, of course. All right, there's that. I am gonna, let me clean off this brush a tad and try to blend out here a little bit more. Just kind of diffuse it a little bit. I hate the way my hair looks. It's just so puffy. I usually have like a whole routine with the wind. And I was out there way longer than I thought I was gonna be because my neighbor wanted to show me the neighbor's dog. Anyway, so then I'm gonna take the shade, what do I wanna use? This shade here called Shaken is really pretty. Miser I've used before. Let me swatch both of those. Oh, Shaken, oh yeah. Shaken is the one on the bottom. Oh yeah. One thing I keep forgetting to bring in here is a rag to like wipe my fingers off with. All right, we're gonna do Shaken just on the lid. Ooh, that's really pretty. I can feel the fallout. I can feel little flecks hitting my face. I never used to like doing eyes first, and I have really been enjoying it lately. And it makes me feel more experimental with eye looks because I don't have to worry about the fallout. Normally I do all the face stuff and I do eyes last. And I usually am very careful and it takes forever. I won't use certain shades because the fallout messes up my makeup on my face. But now that I have really been enjoying doing eyes first, I feel like it's, I don't know, I've really been enjoying it because who cares about the fallout now? All right, I am gonna take a little bit of the shade here called That's Neat, this really dark matte brown. It looks matte, but you know what? It has those little sparkles in it. Tap off most of it. I think I tapped off too much. And I'm just gonna dab it in the outer corner here, just for a tiny bit more depth. All right, that's perfect. Can you hear my cat eating? He's eating in the background. All right, perfect. All right, I'm just going to blend this together a little better. Oh yeah, I got flecks flying everywhere. All right, I'm just gonna clean up this fallout real quick and then I'll come back and start on the base products that I loved. I'm also gonna go get me a little rag. All right, I cleaned up my fallout. There's a little bit, like I could still see a piece of glitter right there. The shadow I put on my lids does have some glitter in it, and sometimes the glitter fallout is just impossible to take off. So you might see a couple flecks floating around on my face, but it's from my eyeshadow. So I did put on some under eye concealer, my Tarte CC under eye corrector, and we're gonna start with the products I accidentally left on the floor. The base products. Oh my gosh, this is my favorite part of all week. First off, Maybelline Instant Age Rewind Perfector 4-in-1 Glow Makeup. I can't put this down. I don't want to put it down. I put up a rave review on this yesterday. I also demoed it with just like half my face with just that, half my face with a couple of products on top of it. I absolutely love it. Those of you that have tried it, that left me comments on that video yesterday, said you also really loved it. And I'm so happy because I just freaking love it. I can't put it down. I think it's wonderful. If you've been wanting some super glowy base, but a couple other things you've tried are overkill, this one, it's really nice. I wouldn't say it's subtle at all, but I don't think it's overkill as far as glow goes. It does look like it right now though, doesn't it? But I would absolutely go out just like this, bare skin with this stuff on it. It just makes my skin look so healthy, like I just put on my skincare, like I take care of my skin really well, and I'm like, no, this is natural. It just glows like this naturally. But man, I love it. Another thing I've absolutely been loving is the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. I do want to do a wear test on this. I was going to do it today, but I also wanted to do this look today. We'll see. Maybe another day this week I can do a wear test. I've never done a wear test before, so I'm still trying to figure out how to do it. But I really like this and the glowy thing together. They're really nice. But if I'm staying true to my favorite look of the week, it was the Pat McGrath Labs Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Concealer. I have here the shade L5. This is such a dynamite concealer. It's really, really nice. And I think it works really well with the glowy primer. And this is also what I used in my demo yesterday when I did my half my face demo. And I started doing this base stuff because I was running late literally every single day. Oh, I look crazy. I was literally running late every day. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it's just because in our new house when we're sleeping, I just feel like I'm sleeping so deeply. And I want to say it's just the change of scenery, because my next door neighbors at my other apartment were, I'm not exaggerating when I say literally, they were literally the worst neighbors I've ever had at any place I've ever lived in my life. Awful, inconsiderate, awful neighbors. And they were so loud. They were so loud. They had their TV and radio absolutely blaring every single day, early in the morning. I know when I say early in the morning, I mean like 4 o'clock in the morning. They're blaring Kesha, and they were listening to TV really loud. We could hear them watching The Great North. They were always watching American Dad. Loud. And then they also had their dog that would cry 24 hours a day, and I'm not exaggerating when I say that, but their backyard kind of overlapped with our bedroom window, and they would put the dog outside all the time. We also had wrought iron screen doors, and he would scratch at the door hard, as fast as he could, crying all night. I'm not exaggerating. It was absolutely awful. Yeah, so I think just being out of that environment and that loud, interrupted sleep has made such a difference. Anyway, there's the concealer all blended out. As you can see, just the concealer really camouflages my skin, perfects it. I think it's great. I actually want to try the foundation that this brand came out with. If you guys have tried it, let me know what you think. Is it as good as the concealer? Because sometimes I feel like concealer and foundations that have the same name don't usually go well together. I'm going to do some Dior Backstage powder, no powder, in the shade 2N Neutral. This is my, oh my god, look at that big old dip I've already made. I love this powder. It's great, and I love it with this look because it sets my makeup, but it doesn't mattify. It doesn't take away the glowiness, and I really think it's a great powder. Powder, no powder is definitely the perfect name for it. So if you hate powder, but you want to set your makeup with something really lightweight and beautiful, I think this is the one for you. All right, we are set. We are still glowy. I can't believe how much coverage that concealer has in a very nice, natural kind of skin-like way. So I decided to put down my bronzer, the Essence Sun Club Matte Bronzing Powder. I can't put this down, and every time I use it, I can't believe I had decluttered it. I think it's fantastic, but I decided, put it away. People are tired of seeing it. So I pulled out 2 other bronzers, and I really loved both of these this week. This is the Hard Candy Just Glow Matte Bronzing Powder. And then I'm also going to use some of the Too Faced Sweethearts Bronzer Baked Luminous Glow Bronzer in the shade Sweet Tea. I love both of these. This one has a really subtle vacation smell. You know, I think when Physicians Formula came out with their smell, every brand wanted their bronzer to have scent all of a sudden. And they all tried to copy that one. Alright, I really like this bronzer. Really nice, really subtle, skin-like, pretty, matte. I never thought I would like a matte bronzer because I do like something glowy with a little sheen to it. But this one's really lovely. Alright, we are glowy and bronzy. And then I'm going to do a little bit of the Too Faced one because this one does have a really pretty glow to it. I haven't used this one in a little bit, and when I pulled it out again, I was like, oh my god, why don't I use that every day? I don't know if you can tell the difference with the two layered up, but I can. I can see, and I really, really like it. I'm still trying to figure out where to sit in this room because I feel like sometimes this window washes me out or the colors aren't blending that well. Like I feel like my bronzer looks very severely unblended, but when I look in real life, it looks perfectly fine. So I'm trying to figure out where to sit and how the light's gonna make the makeup look the nicest. But for now, working with what I got. I feel like I have some concealer on my lip. Right here. Okay. Next up is highlighter. The Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Freestyle Highlighter, Lightning Dust, and Fire Crystal. This is really pretty, but I really like this side a little better. This is the shade called Lightning Dust? I think so. I think that's the one that's Lightning Dust. The other side's pretty as well, but it has a lot of sparkle in it, like a lot. And it's very noticeable on my face. And I really want the glowiness to come through on my skin from the 4-in-1 Glow Perfector from Maybelline, not necessarily because of a highlighter, but I still like highlighter. And this one's very, very pretty. And I just pat it all over my face, like so. Very nice. On the nose too. And then this blush, I can't put this down. Wet n Wild Color Icon Rosé Champagne. This is one of the most perfect blushes ever of all time of ever. And it's a nice color and I feel it's very neutral and it goes with literally anything. So any eye look I was doing, I always just grab this one because sometimes I feel like the blush I choose and the eyeshadow clashes. And I've been trying to be more mindful of like making a cohesive look and look. So this has been my go-to blush lately and I think it's so pretty. All right, there we go. I'm gonna put on some eyebrows using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, my brow powder from IT Cosmetics, some gel, and then we will finish up the eyes. All right, eyebrows are on. I still feel like I'm looking a little bit washed out, but I really, really, really like the way this look came together. I'm gonna finish up the eyes with the Lust for Dusk palette. I'm just gonna use the shade Eventide, this one, and then I'm gonna get a little bit of mixer on the outer part of the lower lash line. Let me just make sure I don't have any concealer creases there. Where do I put this? Right there. Okay, Eventide here on the lower lash line. I have a video coming in the next couple days that I filmed yesterday about my beauty junk drawers. These little drawers I have right here that are just, it's not junk that's in there, but it's so unorganized and I really need to clean it out. And so I filmed a video just opening them up and like freaking out on stuff that was in there, stuff I forgot I bought. So it's gonna be up in the next couple days. I just gotta do a little bit of editing on it. So I hope you enjoy it in my secret drawers of shame going through them. But yeah, stay tuned for that. I have not been wearing a lot of eyeliner lately just because I feel so annoyed at the end of the day when I'm removing my makeup, having to like do an extra step to get the eyeliner off my waterline. But I feel like this look needs some black liner. I feel like it'll just ground it a little bit. So I am gonna do some black liner. And I kind of want to do a little bit more darkness on the outer corner as well. So I'm going to throw on some liner real quick and deepen up that outer corner with That's Neat, that first one I had used before. And just put a little bit more here on the outer corner, like a tad. There we go. I don't know. I feel like it does a little something. So eyeliner, mascara, and I'll join you back here to wrap it up. Actually, before mascara, I can't forget setting spray. This is the, where is it? It's the Dior Perfect Fix Set Refresh Hydrate Setting Spray, but I have it, of course, poured into my Wet n Wild bottle because I prefer this one. I really, really, really like this setting spray a lot, so just gonna, I used to hate the smell of this and now I really, really like it. Just gonna dry this and put some mascara on. And I'm actually not going to be using the Sky High mascara today, finally. Well, I'll use it on the lower lashes, but I'll put something else on today. Alright, mascara is on, and I have on the Gucci Mascara L'Obscure. I have a video, I think I might get it done today actually, of some luxury or high-end makeup purchases that were worth the money for me. This, without a doubt, is going to be one of them. It's perfection, and it lasts forever. I've had it open for so long, and it still works like it's the day I bought it. It hasn't dried out a bit. Anyway, this is the finished makeup look. I put on some eyeliner as well, the Makeup by Mario Master Pigment Pro Pencil on my lower waterline, and then of course some mascara, but that is it. That is the look. Without the eyes, I have been wearing everything else this exact same way every single day this week, and I have loved it. I think it looks so natural, skin-like, but still covered. Feels good, doesn't feel heavy at all because we didn't put a lot of products on, and I absolutely love it. And I love the way the eyes came out as well. This palette's awesome. This is a really awesome palette. If you like Colourpop, you like their formula, and these colors speak to you, I think you'd be happy with it. I have been very, very happy with the palette. Anyway, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me for Look of the Week. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you later in another video. Goodbye.